Now dispatches. Tonight the subject under review is ritual child abuse, in which the practices described may upset some viewers.
This week, the row over ritual child abuse in Rochdale is back in the headlines, with an inquiry about to produce its interim report. But is there really any such thing as ritual and satanic abuse? Police in many different forces deny it exists. So tonight, Dispatches travels to Nottingham, the city that first witnessed these extraordinary and horrifying claims. For the first time, foster parents and social workers tell their story, and the children have a voice at last. In the first dispatch of the new season, journalist Beatrix Campbell asks, why are we so reluctant to listen to the children?
Does it hurt? Yes, I cry, but he calls me names. What does he call you? Bitch and bastard.
In 1987, social services and police swooped on the Broxtowe estate on the edge of Nottingham. A dozen children in a large extended family were taken into care. Suspicions of cruelty and sexual abuse had been aroused by their cousins, already in care. The children began a new life with foster mothers.
It always sticks in my mind something she said was when she was on about different people coming to her house. She used to refer to them as her dad's mates, actually. And I can always remember her saying, she was showing me, demonstrating, she lay across the settee, a nightie up, her legs wide apart, showing me that this is how she had to lie. And then 2, 3, 4 people would abuse her up her vagina, and she pointed to that. And then she'd say, and they said, turn over. They didn't even know my name. And she said it with such, oh, I don't know, it was just so sad. I couldn't believe it. It used to bring tears to my eyes sometimes.
Well, he was continually talking about his willy being pulled or being hurt, or adults putting their willy up his bottom. And that was continually, day after day, he would talk about things like that. So it wasn't just a one-off experience with him. You could tell it had happened on numerous occasions.
So the children were safe. But from whom and from what exactly? A protection plan as well as a criminal prosecution needed evidence to take to the courts. Scattered across the city, the cousins now provided it, separately and simultaneously. Their experiences were recorded in this unique archive. The children did the drawings and the foster mothers did the writing, faithfully transcribing everything in the children's own words.
Witches have hats on and shout. They dress up as witches, and they throw a doll on the floor, and they all tread on it. She used to say little bits, and then those bits would get a bit longer, and she just went through the whole lot, and it pieced together all the other bits that she'd originally said. But it had to be so. She just couldn't have made up in detail as she had done a whole story like that. She had to be reliving in her mind what had happened to her.
And what was it that she told you?
She told us about groups of people, dancing round in witches' costumes, abusing her. There was, at that time, she said it was a doll on the floor in the middle of this ring, that they had to jump on it. And just things like that. And in a church, and drinking blood, and just all together. I mean, it was just unbelievable.
Unbelievable?
Unbelievable to me.
What kind of things were they telling you?
The fears, different things about clowns and sharks and
Clowns and sharks?
yeah, parties where they all got hurt. Animals got sacrificed. They drank the blood.
And what does he do at the school?
He does sex to us. He kills babies there.
Right.
We eat babies. We drink their blood.
Okay.
Because this is how we do it. So like on Wednesdays is the most special, busiest day, day.
Okay.
What was your response then when you heard this kind of stuff?
Well, I believed him straight away because of the fear I'd seen within him and the fear that I'd noticed just being around generally with him. If anything upset him, somebody was dressed up, there was a real big fear there with him.
This is in the morning in the kitchen. When Mr. Poo Pants goes to the witch parties, well, he's horrible. Why? Because he's the boss. We have to call him Hyman. Yes, I'm Mr. Brown, because they say, children, come here. Children, come here? What do you mean? Well, Mr. Poo Pants says to me, number 1, come here. We have numbers, but Mr. Poo Pants and Mr. Brown don't have numbers.
What was it that made you finally make sense of the kind of bits and pieces of things that the little boys that were with you were telling you?
I think firstly was when he put all the cushions on the floor and put the teddy bear into the middle and got me to dance round like they did at the parties and jump on and off the teddy bear.
They get the skulls and they make make a hole with a driller. So they make a hole in and they tie string around and then they put all around the body, but they're naked and they got this tattoo on the private with like little piercings.
Okay.
Not like earrings, but like little gold piercings around the private.
Yeah.
And they all dance around with skulls on in the church there.
And this was one of the parties where bad things happened, and obviously the teddy bear was a baby that was going to be killed.
Almost a year after the swoop, social services set up a special unit, Team 4. It didn't do formal interviews with the children, but planned their future protection.
The children were without doubt talking about things which appeared to refer to criminal acts, like taking drugs, being photographed, seeing the naughty films on the television, seeing themselves on the television, and then this other bizarre type of abuse. And I think we felt that they'd been involved in some sort of ring, they'd been taken to places where they'd been abused, sometimes photographed, and that there'd been people there who'd been using some sort of belief system to further abuse them. I think what we still don't know is which was the most important, which was the primary system that these children were involved in. Were they involved in some sort of satanic group which abused them in order to perpetuate their beliefs, or were they involved in some sort of pornographic ring which used this sort of satanic belief to further frighten the children? It's very difficult to know, we don't know. But I think we're all clear that they've been involved with all of those systems. We've had to be taken beyond belief, because what we've learned is that children are not only sexually abused in some families, but that they're also ritualistically abused. That means that we have learnt that some families, some adults, get involved with satanic groups whose main aim is to destroy everything that is good, everything that's good about human life and human values. And one particular target in that would be that they should hurt and defile children. As you're probably aware, Christ said, "Touch not one hair of this child's head." Satanists believe that they should do the opposite of that.